안녕하세요. 안정현입니다. I'm back with another edition of Let's Speak Korean to help you learn Korean the fun and easy way. I hope you haven't given up on us yet. Stay with us and I'll promise you'll be speaking Korean in no time. As always, we have Scott and Christine here in the studio with us. 안녕하세요.
안녕하세요. Scott입니다.
안녕하세요. Christine입니다.
Now this is our 5th day together, isn't it? Noticed any progress yet, Scott?
Yeah, it seems like I'm making some progress, especially when I meet some Korean native speakers. I really feel like I want to practice now.
All right. What about you, Christine?
Well, I'm feeling really good because I've been noticing when I hear Korean expressions, I recognize what we've been learning on the show.
You feel good about it, don't you? Right. Why don't we take a minute to review what we studied last time then? Scott, do you want to start?
Okay, we learned about the determinative k, and then we learned some Korean expressions for the family, and then there was the subject particle.
Oh, wait. I'm going to ask Christine that question.
All right, sure.
Okay.
Christine, you want to tell us about the subject particles?
We studied the subject particles e and ga.
That's right.
So we say e when the noun ends with a consonant, and we say ga when the noun ends with a vowel.
That's right. Yeah, excellent. What excellent students you are. I'm sure everybody at home is wondering what we're going to learn today, and I heard that Scott's been studying ahead. Is that true?
Yeah, I've got a few Korean friends, so I met up with them and went and practiced.
I wonder what Scott talked about with his friend, don't you? Yeah? Why don't we take a look, and as always, listen out for that Let's Speak Korean sound, because when you hear that sound, that's when you'll know what today's expression is about.
Hello everyone. I invited my friend here to the office today to have lunch with me at the cafeteria. So let's see what smells so good. Okay? Okay.
Hi, Scott.
Oh, hey. How's it going?
I'm fine.
That's good.
Scott, 그분이 누구입니까?
그분이 누구입니까?
제 친구입니다.
제 친구입니다.
Okay, looks good. Hey, Scott. Oh, hey. See you later.
그분이 누구입니까?
그분이 누구입니까?
제 한국어 선생님입니다.
제 한국어 선생님입니다.
I've been treated to a lot of meals since I've been here in Korea, so it feels nice to finally pay someone back. I hope we're not making you too hungry. See you next time.
Looks like Scott had a nice lunch. Scott, do you like Korean food?
Yeah, sure. I especially like kimchi and kind of the hot, spicy stews.
What about you, Christine?
I like Korean food too, but I'm not very good with the really hot and spicy dishes.
We should all go out and eat some Korean food sometime.
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
For now,
Sure.
we got work to do.
Right.
So let's get back to today's lesson. Now, Christine, can you remember the expression where you heard that sound?
Yes, I think it was 그분이 누구입니까?
That's right. 그분이 누구입니까 is used in a conversation to ask about a third person. The key word here is 누구. It means who in English. It is used to ask a person's name or relationship with the person that is answering the question. So you can respond by saying he's a brother, a teacher, a student, or whatever else you want to say. Now, 그분 refers to a person that was previously mentioned, so you can translate it as he or she. So when you hear questions like 그분이 누구입니까, it would be translated into who is he or who is she. Today we're going to learn how to answer questions like this. For now, let's take a look at some native speakers for some more practice.
선생님, 그분이 누구입니까? 선생님입니다. 여자친구, 그분이 누구입니까? 여자친구입니다. 아들, 그분이 누구입니까? 아들입니다.
Okay, now let's practice it together. Let's say Scott and Christine are walking down the street and they run into a friend of Christine's that Scott hasn't met before. Now, Scott, what would you say to ask Christine who that friend was?
I would say 그분이 누구입니까?
That's right. Now let's try repeating after me. 그분이 누구입니까? Scott?
그분이 누구입니까?
Christine?
그분이 누구입니까?
Good. Now let's say you guys ran into Scott's friend. Christine, how would you ask who that friend was?
Just the same thing.
That's right.
Okay, so it would be 그분이 누구입니까?
Very good. Now let's see how we answer this question. We'll just say I'm your teacher since I'm teaching you guys Korean.
Okay.
And a teacher would be 선생님 in Korean, right? So Christine, let's say your friend asked you about me. Your friend asked you in Korean, 그분이 누구입니까? What would you say?
제 선생님입니다.
Good. Let's try repeating it one more time. 제 선생님입니다. Scott?
제 선생님입니다.
Christine?
제 선생님입니다.
Good. Now that takes us to focus in 2. Let's take a look for some more new words.
그분이 누구입니까?
야구 선수입니다.
그분이 누구입니까?
모델입니다.
그분이 누구입니까?
지휘자입니다.
그분이 누구입니까?
Okay, now let's get to the word 제. 제 is a short form of 저의. 저 means I in English, and it's a slightly more polite form than 나. 의 is like apostrophe S in English, and it means possession or ownership. Now let's talk about pronouns. I is 나 or 저. You would be 너 or 당신. He would be 그. She would be 그녀. And we would be 우리. Now you can use this possessive particle 의, attach it to the pronouns, and you get 나의, 저의, 너의. Or you can shorten the forms and say 내, 제, or 내. It's a little complicated, so we'll practice it together. Now, this is a book that I own. This is my book. So I would say 제 책입니다 or 내 책입니다. I can also use the long forms and say 저의 책입니다 or 나의 책입니다. Now let's let Christine practice with her book. Christine?
Okay, I'll try. 제 책입니다. or 내 책입니다.
Good. Repeat after me. 제 책입니다. 내 책입니다. Scott?
Okay. 제 책입니다. 내 책입니다.
Good. Now, Christine, why don't you try using the long forms this time?
Okay. 저의 책입니다. 나의 책입니다.
Okay. Let's repeat after me. Scott?
Okay.
저의 책입니다. 나의 책입니다.
Wow, test time. 저의 책입니다. 나의 책입니다.
Good. Now, 제 or 저의 is more polite than 내 or 나의. Now, you would use the more polite forms when you're talking to people who are older than you or people that you don't know very well. Let's take a look at Focus in 2 to see how these personal pronouns are used in sentences. Here we go.
저는 학생입니다. 당신은 학생입니까? 우리는 학생입니다. 그녀는 누구입니까?
나의 여동생입니다.
I'm sure that helped you understand things better, but just in case you need a little more help, I'll run it by you one more time. Okay? I is 나 or 저. You is 너 or 당신. He is 그. She is 그녀. And we is 우리. Now let's go to Vivian for today's lesson in Korean alphabet. Vivian?
Hello, I'm Vivian Kwan. Now, did you practice the consonants 기역 and 니은? Well, if you practice them like I told you to, then today's lesson will be very easy for you. Today, we're going to study the consonants 티귿 and 리을. First of all, let's take a look at 티귿. Now, when 티귿 is combined with a vowel, it makes the D sound. So, 티귿 plus the vowel 아, replacing the silent consonant ing, becomes 다. 티귿 plus 어 is 더. 티귿 plus 이 is D. And how about 티귿 plus the vowel O? Very good, it's 도. And 티귿 plus 우 is 두. Quite simple, right? Yes. We'll study another consonant 리을 this time. Now, when consonant 리을 is combined with the vowel, it makes the R sound. Okay, so 리을 plus 아 is 라. 리을 plus 어 is 러. 리을 plus 이 is 리. Now this time you try it. 리을 plus 오 is good, is 로. And the last one, 리을 plus 우 is very good. It's 루. Well, wonderful, excellent job. Well, Hangul may look very difficult, but actually it's very simple and quite easy. All right, so now you know how to read the name of my corner. Now, just put the consonants 기역, 니은, 티귿, 리을 plus the vowel 아. Together, it's read 가나다라. So the name of this helpful corner is called 가나다라. All right, then I'll see you again back here in the next episode of 가나다라. Okay? Bye-bye.
Thanks, Vivian. Now, we learned a lot today. We learned about personal pronouns, familiar forms, polite forms. Was that a little too much, Scott?
It was a lot of information, but it was really useful, especially the part with about che and cha-이 and na and na-이.
Those short forms and long forms,
Right. So
What did you
it's
think,
common.
Christine?
Well, I know for sure I'm going to be staying up all night to study everything we learned.
Not all night, surely.
Yes.
Well, let's not forget today's key expression, 그분이 누구입니까? 제 친구입니다. Now that takes us to the end of our 5th program, and I hope your Korean is improving every day with Let's Speak Korean. Now, don't forget to practice at home and be back to join us next time. 안녕히 계세요.
안녕히 계세요.